like nervous. This is weird. I shouldn't be nervous. I do this all the time. More Mary. Hello, good morning. Welcome back everyone to another episode of More Mary. I am your host, Miss Mary Lou. Uh-oh. Yeah. Hello, my Tea Tom fam. Welcome back to the channel. It's so funny. I wasn't in this setup at all for June. We're back in the More Mary traditional set. Ooh. Let's cut to the chase. I have a new mug. I have to be able to grab it though. Dollar store. Oh my goodness. So for today's episode, I asked you lovelies over on my Instagram stories if you wanted to see a video about these voiceover workshops that I was taking. And obviously y'all voted yes, because here we are. I asked you guys if you had any specific questions, and some of you guys sent me some really good ones. So thank you for that. And before we get started with today's episode, if you're not subscribed to the Miss Mary Lou channel already, you are seriously missing out. Please hit the red subscribe button below and the little notification bell so you know when I upload. So let's hop into my voiceover workshop experience. Ooh, let's go. So I'm not going to go into like specifics about where I studied and who exactly I studied with. If you're interested in taking voiceover classes, I'm gonna have some resources down below that link to stuff in Los Angeles and also some online class options, which can be super great, and I have experience doing both. The class that I was in specifically was an advanced level class. So in order to get in, you had to have at least some experience. You didn't have to have representation, but you had to have been working in voiceover for a while. The school and other places obviously everywhere offer a variety of classes for a variety of different levels. My experience up to this point, I should say, has been mostly private coaching. And this was a choice specifically because I was working towards my demo. But now, my goal, I am auditioning, I have East Coast representation, but my goal is to get into the Los Angeles audition game. There's a lot of animation out here, which I just adore. There's also a lot of good commercial work and stuff like that. I came across this workshop that was kind of like a perfectly well-rounded little bundle. The first week was video game focused, the second week was commercial focused, and the third week was animation focused. So it was the best of all three areas that I'm interested in, broken up into three different 3-hour workshops. Of course, you can always sign up for whatever you feel like is right for you. A lot of workshops are like a single afternoon for 3 or 4 hours with one person. I just happened to find this one that was 3-hour sessions. And at these workshops in particular, there were about 10 people, 10-ish. Generally for voiceover and for, I guess, on-camera workshops in general, you don't really want more than like 8 to 10 people in it, just so you can make sure to get some quality one-on-one time in the booth with the teacher. So we did that. And for this class, just like a lot of others, I brought in a USB drive every day so that I could get my actual recording time in the booth in an audio file to bring home with me. So even though the class is over, I can listen to my one-on-one booth time with the teacher. Also because, you know, when you're in the moment and you're working and you're being directed and you're trying different things, it really helps to be able to step back and actually hear the difference. So now I will impart my top nuggets of wisdom from each of the 3 different areas, the 3 different weeks, starting with video games. I learned so much this week. It was with one of the casting directors for one of the top video game companies in Los Angeles, and I chose so we were told to prepare 2 different sides or scripts, and we were sent these scripts ahead of time. I prepared 2. One of them was like very old world, you kind of have to sound like you're in Game of Thrones sort of voice, and the other one was a creature, a definitely non-human monster. And I've always been good at like the weird stuff. You all know this. And we got into the workshop and she was like, we're only gonna have time for one side. And I was like, oh my God. So I took a risk. I went in and I did the monster creature and I learned a lot. The biggest thing that I learned from this is monsters and creatures, you kind of have to find a way to take the humanity out of it. Does their jaw get stuck? Do they live in most of a growly kind of place? It's so fun. So yeah, finding different creative ways to pull the human qualities out of a creature and just like, I mean, I'm even like, I'm getting into it just talking about it. So the next week was commercial. So this was with an agent from a really big commercial agency out here in Los Angeles. I got a lot of positive feedback. The thing that I learned and I kind of like reinforced, I think the most about commercial is such Shakespearean technique, really. Punctuation is very important, sentence structure, super important, and then it's using those things as a launching pad. You find that place to make it live through you. Because even though if you're just promoting like underwear or something, you still have to have a genuine connection with the text. You have to be a real person. You can't just be like, come in, we have a sale. It's all about honoring the text and then bringing it to a conversational, connected place. So the last week, week 3, was animation. I tried not to be too nervous for this because I really love animation. This week was with the CEO of a major voice agency in LA who deals a lot with animation, has dealt with a lot of names. They represent a lot of really big names. I learned a lot. It was a little tough sometimes, you know, I chose to go in with both things that were my strengths to work on and my weaknesses to work on. My favorite bit of getting to the meat of the character and finding nuance even in really wacky individuals that you could be voicing. He called this a character detour. I've seen this thing done in like a theater school that I went to, but seeing it done in a voiceover booth technique and just seeing how effective it is. So say you're voicing a mouse.
You have like this cute little squeaky voice for him, but you're finding a little bit of difficulty like finding subtle little nuance tones in it.
So you take that same piece of text for the mouse and you do something completely different with it. So like read it like your Paris Hilton or read it like your Brunhilde. Take it in a completely different, big, bold direction. So even for more like life-like scripts, all of a sudden taking it in this wacky direction, you discover new things within the text, and then you go right from that crazy out of this world choice and you put it right back in that character that you originally started with, and it just like, it really opens doors for different levels that you didn't even know were there. So those were some of the top nuggets of wisdom I learned from my 3 classes. I don't talk too much about like voiceover specifics on this channel, but thank you so much for being interested in this like life passion endeavor thing of mine. I was kind of surprised when I did a poll and I was like, do you guys want me to talk about this? And 100% of you that voted said yes. So thank you. That is it for our video for today. Thank you so much for watching, and last and most important of all, I hope you have a wonderful day and I will see you on Tuesday. Hello! Thank you so much for watching this episode of More Mary. If you want to hang out on the internet every day of the week and not just here on YouTube on Sundays and Tuesdays, all of my social media links are in the description box below. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.